Welcome back to Newsmax Now. Iran's moderate president gets a major boost following the elections on Friday. President Hassan Rouhani's reformist allies won all 30 parliamentary seats. The clean sweep was a major help for Rouhani's government, showing that the majority of Iranians are in favor of the nuclear deal with the West.
For more in depth, let's now welcome in today's guest, Pastor Saeed Abedini, who was held prisoner in Iran for 4 years. Also joining us, Newsmax chief political correspondent John Gizzi. Thank you both for joining us.
First to you, John. We wanted to get your reaction to Iran's elections on Friday.
Well, my reaction to Iran's elections Friday is the same that I've had to every election that's been held under the theocratic regime in Tehran. It's a sham, pure and simple. We are going to read in many publications worldwide about the reformers around Rouhani, and yet I simply go back to the fact that this is an ersatz parliament, a Potemkin village, if you will. Article 110 of the Iranian Constitution says very clearly that foreign policy, the armed forces, and domestic policy rest in the hands of the supreme leader, and that is the Ayatollah Khamenei. So again, why should I care what the Council of Experts are like when they have no power other than to meet and perhaps debate?
Pastor Abedini, is this just a sham like John was saying?
I believe that there is no so many option for the people to vote because so many people been disapproved with the government to come to the race. So because of that, people, they don't have their own people, the people that they really want to be in a parliament to vote for them. So because of that, I think this election, it's not actually the vote of people. It's kind of like dictating to them who should be in that group. So because of that, I think it's really hard for people to vote to people that they really like. So,
Pastor Abedini, again, in prison for 4 years in Iran, you were told that you would be executed for turning 1,000 Muslims into Christians. What can you share with us about your captivity in Iran?
Actually, it's had been the first 6 months. I've been always told with the interrogations and other prisoners and everybody there that you're going to be, dead because of the things that you started in Iran, making 1,000 Muslim Christians and starting the largest church in Iran. So I've been in a very hard situation. But it was a very good time for me, actually, for my relationship with my Lord and Savior, that who paid the punishment of my sin on the cross by shedding His blood. And I went through a very deeper relationship through under all this, unjust pressure and unjust imprisonment. And I'm very happy that my changed the churches together to pray and get united again for one purpose. And to see that so many Muslims actually, they found it out that our faith it's really real for us. Actually the things that we talk about, it's about the love of God, and we really care about the people in Iran, which sometimes they think they are very isolated, no one think about them, no one care about them. So I'm actually very thankful to the Lord that gave me this opportunity to suffer for His glory and give the glory to Him and preach the gospel in prison.
Yeah, and, we hear your story, and we're just imagining that, you're being told you're going to be executed, and here you're thankful for your time being behind bars, and that you actually, we've heard, converted 10 prisoners from Islam to Christianity. Weren't you fearful for your life in any way during that time? What gave you that inner peace that we're hearing right now?
Since the time that I became Christian, I actually met Jesus face to face 16 years ago. And he told me, I'm coming back soon, go to preach my gospel. So since that time, I made the decision to, in any circumstances, any condition, just preach the gospel, doesn't matter what's going to happen to me. And so I knew that if I start churches in Iran, especially 16 years ago, which the situation was very tighter, very harder, very dark there. So I made the decision to preach the good news to people, because the people over there, because of the political pressure that are in it and the economic pressure that they are in it, and so many other problems that they have, some of them they lose hope. So, and these people needs hope, and I dedicate myself to preach the good news to them. And so I knew that every time that I preach it, I'm gonna face some hardship, suffering. And but I choose, because of my love to the Lord, that's because they need that, and I dedicate myself to preach gospel in any situation. So because of that, I continue what I started inside the prison, and I saw so many people. They've been there like for 16 years, 17 years, 20 years, and some of them, they have like a life sentence. So there was no hope for them.
Yeah, your
so
story
I talked to them about the hope of God.
Your story is so inspiring. In fact, John Gizzi, I know you're going to be doing a one-on-one interview with the pastor that's going to be featured on Newsmax.com. What should readers look for? Any tease you want to give us for that interview?
Well, I certainly think that the pastor's experience and his own relationship with his Lord are going to be very moving points, but also the fact that here is someone who preached the gospel and converted people to Christianity. And I believe he said that his worst experience was when they put him in with prisoners from Al-Qaeda and from ISIS. And that was, shall we say, an unforgettable experience for him.
And when can we look forward to reading that article?
Well, very soon.
Very soon. Oh, okay. Really teasing us. We're just going to keep checking out Newsmax.com to check that out. Pastor Abedini, before we let you go, we only have a few seconds remaining, but we do want to ask you, how's your wife and family?
Actually, we have been far from each other for 4 long years. We both went through a very hard situation. I'm not the person that I've been 4 years ago. She is not. And and actually, our marriage situation right now in this point is not in good situation, but we are working on it. There is so many pastors helping me, and Nigme. So we are praying, and actually I asked churches to continue, praying that as they did, millions of people all around the world, they prayed for my release. So I believe, I'm trying my best to work on marriage, and I believe, God's in control. So
we're wishing you all the best.
We
look forward to that
Thank
article.
you.
Pastor Saeed Abedini, John Gizzi, thanks so much for joining us. Still more to come. You're watching News.